The next global gathering of the elite in men's golf will be the final World Golf Championship of the season, the HSBC Champions. This year marks the 11th staging of Asia's major, after a decade of unprecedented golf development in China.
The WGC-HSBC is definitely one of our strongest fields that we play all year. It's a great event, typically yields a pretty solid champion for the week, so I'm excited to be going back and teeing it up against the world's best players.
As the fourth and final WGC of the season, the HSBC Champions is a key component of both the European Tour's final series and the PGA Tour's FedEx Cup.
With HSBC Champions now being sanctioned with all the tours, as it should be, to be a legitimate WGC event, I think it now has its position in the calendar and the respect in which it deserves.
It's the start of the US season, of course, of those American players who are coming, we've got many of them, and they'll want to get their season off to a good start. And of course it's in the home finish for the European Tour players, so everyone's got something to play for.
The end of the year is such a strong part of the European Tour season now. We're very lucky that we have sponsors like HSBC who really, have done a lot for that part of the season. It's such a strong run of 4 events. It really kind of puts a real great end of the season.
This year's WGC-HSBC Champions has coincided with a changing of the guard in the world game, as the more familiar faces are now making way for the next generation, with a crop of younger players now tasting success in both the majors and the World Golf Championships.
The game's in a great position with the amount of young players we have right now that are playing well. Rory probably being the guy leading that group, but go down the list to other Americans, Jordan Spieth, Patrick Reed's had a great year. But internationally, there's a lot of good young players, and I feel like guys like Tiger and Phil and Ernie to Davis, those guys have done a great job at paving the way and giving us the opportunities to play around the world and actually have an impact.
As a fully accredited PGA Tour event, the HSBC Champions offers US-based players a welcome opportunity to travel further afield early in their season.
What's been fun about being able to travel the world, I have so many opportunities to go play in different places, and to show up and see the amount of support I get from fans and the fans that I have in different countries. It's cool to see how much of a reach I have around the world and the possibilities of helping grow the game.
Ian Poulter has been coming to China every year since playing the Champions for the first time in 2005. He's one of only 2 players to have featured in every edition and has seen the development of golf here.
It's been very impressive. The last 10 years, HSBC have brought the best players in the world over to China to play golf, and that's definitely helped grow the game of golf here in China, and I think their continued support is going to help the youngsters in China become bigger and better.
With a course at Sheshan so close to Shanghai, the players are afforded a rare opportunity to soak up the local culture.
When you've got 2 weeks to play in Shanghai, a lot of the guys this week have certainly taken Sunday night, Monday night and Tuesday to come into Shanghai, enjoy fantastic hotels, fantastic food, and enjoy, this wonderful city.
In a country where hosting top-class golf tournaments is still a relatively recent thing, the fans' delight is clear when the world's top names come to town.
When we go to China or Japan, there always seems to be a little bit more excitement because we don't get to go there that often. So when we're there, the people are really, really excited to see us and watch us play.
It's such a growing game, I believe, in Asia and especially in China, and that there seems to be a lot of excitement, and people obviously want to really make the most of their experience, and they're out there trying to capture as many memories and moments as they can.
They really want you to play well. It's very, very fair, and they have so much fun. There's pure enjoyment seeing the best players in the world playing.
Golf in Asia has already come a long way. When the world rankings began in 1986, there was just 1 Asian country represented in the top 200. That's now risen to 6.
I believe it has greatly advanced the development of golf. Looking back, it's only been 3 decades since golf started to attract attention in China. Previously, there were only limited tournaments, not to mention international ones. Supported and propelled by all sectors of society, golf has taken off recently, thanks especially to the HSBC Champions. The past decade has witnessed a continuous growth of the HSBC Champions event, with an increasing amount of world-class players coming and young participants in China. This event exerts an edifying influence on both golf players and fans, which greatly promotes the national golf development.
As well as hosting the showcase event, HSBC has supported the China Junior Golf Program since 2007, developing the next generation of young Asian golfers.
I think there's been a snowball effect, and then coupled with the impetus of golf attaining IOC status, suddenly in countries like China and emerging markets where investment from governments are made because of Olympic sport inclusion, we've seen real development. And because we've funded the HSBC CGA Junior Golf Program for the last 7 or 8 years, where players like Andy Zhang and Guan Tianlang have come through that system as well, you're now seeing a new generation of Chinese golfers.
The fun experience of going to Shanghai and playing HSBC is seeing the kids play holes with us on the Wednesday and see the future of the game in China. Some incredible talent. We've seen some of it on the major stage already. It's going to be relevant in the world of golf very soon, so it's important that we're all playing it.
11 years on from its inception, the WGC-HSBC Champions has established itself as a premier event in global golf, Asia's major and more. This year promises another great celebration of the growth of golf in this part of the world, as the best players in the game teared up in Shanghai at the Sheshan International Golf Club in early November.